5 days a week. I wake up and my alarm goes off probably 5 minutes before I have to leave the house. My name is Brianna C. I am 22 years old and I work at Baxter's Bagels. I've worked at Baxter's for 7 months now. I was looking for something a little more low-key, so when I went into Baxter's, it seemed like a nice atmosphere and just a little bit smaller and easier to handle because I have not worked with food before, so I didn't want to jump right into working in a big restaurant. And they hired me on the spot, actually. I don't have to open. My coworker will already be there, but I just go in, check what cream cheeses need to be made, deal with customers, see if any bagel chips need to be made, any bagels need to be baked. Just sort of do a scan of the whole place and see what I can do. It's not really the kind of job where you go in and stand around. You need to constantly be doing something. I graduated from the University of Rhode Island in May 2011, so this past May. With a degree in writing and rhetoric and a minor in journalism. I had really high hopes for myself after I graduated from college. I was sort of the star of my department, and I don't like to brag, but I was the student secretary. I had won first place in the college writing contest. I had an internship in my department, and I knew all my professors. My professors knew me by name. All my professors came to my final presentation and gave me all these gifts and, wishing me the best of luck. And I actually haven't spoken to any of them since I moved up here purely out of embarrassment because I feel like I have done nothing with all the tools that they gave me and all the hope that they had for me. I've just sort of feel like I've been kind of a disappointment. So I haven't really kept in touch with them, which is terrible. But I definitely saw myself doing something more with my degree. And what I do at Baxter's Bagels has nothing to do with writing. It has nothing to do with journalism. And, I've lost inspiration to write. I barely ever write in my journals anymore. So this is one of my journals, my old journals. And the last time that I wrote in it was September 2nd, 2011. And I wrote, "I'm considering another tattoo, and in doing so, I'm having the typical fears of permanence. But yesterday, I had a realization. People who are tattooed are brave enough to never be afraid of their past. They are brave enough to wear it in their skin, whereas the rest of the world can try helplessly to delete old Facebook pictures or online dating accounts. But people who tattoo their current loves or their favorite lyrics or homages to the dead are publicly proclaiming that this is who they are, and 30 years from now this will still be who they were. There's something beautiful in the simplistic shamelessness of a fresh tattoo." I moved to Plattsburgh. I relocated for love, as I like to say. But my boyfriend of 3 years goes to school here, and he's in a really interesting major, and it's kind of one of the few schools in the country that offers this major. So I moved up here just because we'd been long distance for 2 years, and I just wanted to be closer to him. So I just came up and I'm sort of mooching off of him, living in his apartment, hanging out with all his friends. But it's fun. I don't have to pay rent, which I don't know how I would manage if I did have to pay rent because I don't make enough money to pay rent, to be perfectly honest. I have to buy my own food. I split all the bills with everyone, electric, cable, all that stuff.
My name's Keith. I'm Brianna's boyfriend, and she lives here with me in Plattsburgh. Money's never really been a huge concern of mine. Brianna's an independent person, and she supports herself, and I think if we can support ourselves, then we can support each other. My major is expeditionary studies and guiding in general. You go into it knowing that you're not going to make a lot of money. There's a joke, and it's, what's the difference between a pizza and a mountain guide? And the joke is that a pizza can feed a family of 4.
I definitely don't think that Keith will be the sole provider, and that's okay with me. My father was never the sole provider. My mom has always worked, but I definitely need to get a job that's not minimum wage. We have an end goal, which is September. Keith has a great job in the summer. He makes a really good amount of money, and so hopefully we'll have enough saved to just wing it and drive out west in September. And if we don't, then we'll be homeless.